Hey all, it's Rightplan here from NovaGamer again, here with the pre-alpha test for the Shroud of the Avatar. So once again, this is a pre-alpha test, so there is going to be bugs and stuff like that in the game. Just giving everybody a heads up on that, let them know. For those who have been keeping track, there has been a new update. We got a new patch notes. They've fixed some camera controls, and they've also made some fixes with other things that were occurring, such as inventory icons being offset if you had high resolution windows. Players' icons fading, weren't fading properly on closed bags, and there was a fix for inventory list visual glitch. So if you watch my last crafting video that I made, which is the video right before this one, we had an introduction to crafting, and you could kind of see the table name behind the bag while you had your bag open. So if your bag was open like so, which I still have it set up, but this is a list mode, but if you had the bag open like so, you actually tried to see what the item was, and if there was a crafting table behind you, it would say crafting table, like a carpentry table or something like that, instead of saying backpack or whatever the item was in your backpack. But they fixed that with this patch, so let's stop doing that. So for this one, just as promised, we are going to go over what the new buildings are that they've released for us to see. Then the next video I make after this one's going to be a full crafting one. I've done some more practice on the crafting, so we're going to be able to see a lot more of the crafting abilities that you have. I've come up with a few new recipes, and that way you can kind of see how you can start with something that's nothing and end up with an item that you actually wanted. So we'll start off with the Citizen Benefactor Village Home. This is one that we haven't shown in any of our videos yet. So we'll put it down, and that's it right there. Just using the big lot, that way if we want to look at a big one or a small one or whatever, they'll all fit on this lot. So that's why we came to this lot here. So let's take a look at how this new village home looks. So as you can see, it's a lot smaller than, for instance, the Viking home that I keep bringing up, because it's the one I can't wait to have, because that's the one I'm getting. But this one is very tiny compared to the other homes. This is pretty much for the lowest level benefactor that can get a house from being a benefactor. It's not amazing or anything, but it does serve the purpose of storing all of your loots. Woo! And a bed. I don't know if they're going to make beds a big thing in this game where you need them to sleep and you have to sleep certain hours or to log off properly, or if it's going to be like games like well, for instance, Ultima Online was, where you just run into your house and log off and you'd instantly log off, or if they're going to make it so you actually have to get in your bed. We don't know that yet, but it would be interesting if you had to do that. That would stop people from just standing on their doorsteps and logging off, logging back in with another character and killing someone, but that was also fun. So let's see what else we got here. So that one, as you can see, I didn't go around the outside. The inside's pretty small. The outside has a nice design to it. It's kind of like the classic upscale peasant look. It's not a really run-down, trashy place, but it's not the best. But I do like, if you look closely here, they put a lot of detail into the actual side too. It's not just plain white squares. They actually put a lot of divots in it and made it so that it was different colors and fading, and you can see how there's like some runoff from the wood and stuff. So they did a really good job making it look as realistic as they could without just, some games would have just made a house with plain old white squares. So the next one on the list, as a Citizen Founder. This was a Citizen Benefactor home, and there's a Citizen Founder. Now these are all different levels of benefactors or donations that were made. So yes, I want to change it. I don't want to change. No, I'm just joking. So this one is, as you can tell just by looking at it, a little more upscale again. So they put a little more better features into it. You got this is kind of opened up a bit. You got a bit more coloring on it. They still added some nice textures and stuff to the sidings. I haven't checked to see if the video settings really affect that yet. Just a sec. So let's go with fantastic. Turn this back up to 8. So at full settings, you can see it's a tiny bit smoother. It's not amazingly different, but once again, once they have the ability to change a lot of stuff based on your graphic cards and everything, that'll turn out even better. But it is very, very smooth. I likes it a lot. So we'll go in here. This one, if you actually look at it, it's actually almost the same size. The only difference is the other one had more angles to it, so you didn't have this big, huge open room here. You actually had a bunch of cubby holes in the side and this smaller room here. So the design made it a bit smaller, but they're really almost the same size. This one's just a tiny bit more living room. Let's go with the next one. Citizen Founder. So the next one is Druid Tree. Now we have seen pictures of this one. I ran by them and some other ones. I never actually went into the house, so we'll show that now since we are doing a full house video here. So this is kind of cool because you can go in the main door here, and once again this is on full resolution right now of what they offer, but it's going to change when it comes into its, at least the beta is going to make it better, and then I don't know if it'll get better from the beta, but it will definitely get better from the alpha to the beta. I've already noticed a lot of graphic changes from the last alpha test to this alpha test. So the outside, as you can see, is very, very well done. And you walk in the main floor, you get one big massive room. They even put the moss in between the bricks, nice detail. I don't see anything that's allowing us to have basements yet, but we'll see that later. They did add basements to the game, but not to us to use yet, which is going to be awesome because you can make your house even more massive by having a huge house and then a huge basement. So let's go up the ramp and see what it's like upstairs. So when you get all the way up here, there's no further to go. That's the top of the tree. But when you come inside, you got another nice big room. And voila. So there you have it. So that is the Druid home. Kind of, it's nice, but I think they could have added a third level to it. But I mean, that would just make the house huge if they did that. And I mean, it actually does look nice the way it is, but they could have added like some way of getting up there. They might in the future, like maybe you can buy some type of teleport pad or something so you can add it to your house so you can teleport up there. Be a good place to attack or see things coming towards your house from a distance. So that was the Druid Tree home. Alderman Benefactor. We haven't seen this one yet either. So there's been quite a few new ones since the last time we made these videos, which you can go back and see them at any time. Yeah, there's pretty much just one big room. So you walk in and this house is just one big room. It is bigger than the other two that we just saw, well, besides the Druid one. But it still is just one room. You don't really have much design or class to it. It does look a little nicer on the outside. It does look a lot bigger than it actually is. It's kind of like tricking you. It's trickery. Trickery. So, yeah. I don't know what to go with that. There's my house in the distance. I'll stop and show it just so you can see why I'm excited to see it, in case you haven't seen our previous videos. So that was the Alderman Benefactor, and as always, there's a founder to every benefactor. So here is the founder version. That door even sounds louder. So it's a tiny bit bigger, not much. Very minute differences. They added better detail to the flooring in here, better windowsills. I like how they even got a smoky residue on the windows, which is pretty nice. If you look closely there, it's not just clear through, see-through windows. They gave it some extra character there. And they even made sure they put in proper rafters up above. So this is the little details that they added to each house, which is really nice. I did like how some houses in games, like I keep saying Ultima Online because that is the people who created Ultima Online as creating this game, and they had a like Lord British, and they had houses with decks and ways that you could attack from outside. They have had some of them like this, but like that one, for instance, you could have a small deck in the back or something for your forge, and then there's empty lot. So these ones we've seen, that one we've seen, that one we've seen. We have not seen this one, which is pretty much just a small thatched house. I'm going to run it really quick. So you got a nice old crappy chimney there. You got, this place looks a lot more beat up than the other ones. You don't even have any back windows. It's pretty much, this is like almost bottom of the barrel. As you can see, you come inside and you can barely move. Like, you stand here and you take a couple steps and you're almost at the other side already. Put some chests in here and a bed or a desk or forge or something, and you pretty much used up all your space. This is pretty much somebody who just needs a house and doesn't have anywhere to live, which will eventually happen in the game. Or somebody that just really doesn't care about staying in their house and they just want a place to throw a whole bunch of trash in it. So this is a next one up from that, which is kind of the same, but instead of stopping right here, they kind of got this built out a little more on both sides, and they got the nicer brick in it just like the other ones. Nicer door too. And it's got windows in the back and on the sides. So this one has windows all the way around, where the other one couldn't even get windows on the back. Can't afford them. Can't afford them. Let's see here. This one we did not show you yet, but it is very nice. This was, I could have showed you this last time we made the videos on the last alpha test, but we didn't have the time. Now we do, since we are doing 100% houses here. So this one, as you come in, you got a nice circle house when you first come in. Don't know how you're gonna put furniture in it. It's always hard to put furniture in circles. So the difference is when you come in, you can actually go down. Now this is not the basement. This is not what we mean when we say the basement. This is just the bottom floor because you went up steps to get in. And then you can go up steps again to the next floor, which comes to here. And then you have out on your little patio that I was talking about. Now I wish more houses had patios like you. That one almost does, but I want like a patio that's like close to the ground. A little barbecue out there with all your buds. Alright, let's see here. You've seen that one. That one's the same thing. It's pretty much just a smaller version. I'm not really going to go inside. It's kind of a waste of time. You've just seen it. You go in, it's going to be a circle, and then you go up, and then there's a patio. You know what? Well, actually, we'll go in because I think you can actually go up, and there's 2 patios in this. So let's just take a look. This one does not go down, as you see. This one only goes up, so that's why this one's smaller. But I'm thinking they might add 2 floors to this. And no, they did not. So it was as I first thought. You come in, it's just 1 room, 2 rooms, and a patio. You cannot go down, so you're losing a whole extra room. And the rooms are a bit smaller. So that's the difference between that one and the one we just saw. This is my house. I will only run it quickly because we showed this in a video already. This is the one we will be getting. People, they had a huge sale on these ones, and a lot of people got them. It's a very large house, especially for the special that they had going on. It was well worth it. As you can see, huge inside, way more living room. You even got a trough. You got a lot of detail in this house, a lot of things you can do with it. Steps going up to a top loft. And then now that you can jump, I wanted to try this. Just a sec here. This is mainly why I wanted to get in here, because I want to see if I can jump over there now that we can jump. Ah, damn it. Let's try a running jump. Alright, going for the jump. I'm not used to this way because you gotta let go of the space bar but not the forward button. There we go. So there you go. So now in the house you can actually put stuff up here. Before we could not put stuff up here or even be up in this part of the house. Like you could hide your chest in behind here or something. There's lots of stuff you could do. But before we couldn't even get over there because the jumping wasn't put into the game yet, but now it is. And pretty much all the other ones we've seen already. Wizard Tower we haven't, but it's pretty much the same as the Mage one. And then we're back to these ones again. So since we actually haven't seen the windmill one, we'll go into that one. I thought we did, but we've only walked by it and heard it spinning. But I have had people actually, and I remember asking me what the windmill one looked like inside because, well, it's a pretty nice looking house. You can run all the way up to the top from the outside. You can also, as you saw down there, go in from down at the bottom. And when you come in, they even got this spin in the detail they put into it. You get the nice windows. You could put probably a lot of crafting stuff up here would be the best way to use this room, or put your bed and stuff up here and then have your crafting down below. So let's take a look down below. Down below is pretty much the exact same room. So it's just pretty much 2 of these rooms. The one above it is slightly smaller, but they're pretty much 2 of the exact same rooms. Circle ones, but they're kind of a hexagon here, so you can actually put stuff right up against the walls. It's a lot easier. But that's pretty much that house. So that covers all the houses that we haven't seen before. I'll just go one more time through it just to make sure. Don't want to miss any this time. Seen it, seen it, seen it, seen it. No, we've seen all of these. So there, we've officially seen all of the houses. If you haven't seen one in this video that you just saw me click through that you're wondering what it looked like, you can go back and check out our other videos from the pre-alpha, not the pre-alpha number 2, but the pre-alpha. There was things like the benefactor homes and the founder homes. We have some videos on those, and they have other homes in them, so you can see what they all look like there. As well, the first look on the pre-alpha, not number 2, but the pre-alpha, has a couple houses that we look at there as well. But that is it for this video. So the next time we see you guys, we'll do a heavy crafting video to show you just how the crafting has come along, because our first video was kind of trial and error, trying to figure out how it worked, but now we kind of got it down pat. But anyways, that's it from here at Nova Gamer. If you guys have any other things you'd like to see about this game before the end of Saturday, which is today actually, let us know in the comments below. Also let us know what you think they should change in the game before the next alpha release or beta release. We will put those in the forums, and we'll help talk to them about it with you guys. And yeah, so just let us know what you think of the game, and also any other games that you might want us to try out that you might be curious about. We'll be glad to make some videos on those as well. So just leave the comments below. Subscribe above to see our next video. And as always, happy gaming.